Stop it. Stop it. I need to, do I have to go live now? Because I'm just, I'm warming up here. I just need a little time, man. I gotta stretch my muscles. Oh, you evil Nazis. My God. It's another hamster live stream. And you should be happy about that because, you know, it's... So, we got Donald Trump meeting with Keir Starmer, who is the prime minister now of England, which comes from Anglo-Saxon, Angleland. See how that works? Angleland, England. See, man, it's the vowel shift thing in the 1340s. So that's what happened. So we have Keir Starmer, prime minister of England, meeting with Trump, having a dinner. I'm sure they had cocktails and everything was great. Oh my God, Keir, you're just such a special booby, a little boobala. And here's what we're going to do when I become president. And here's the way this is going to work. So see, and they tell me, oh my God, but it's not going to be you. It's going to be Kamala. Is it? Now, Donald Trump also met with the president of Ukraine, Volodymyr Zelensky. Now, do you think they went into their little one-on-one meeting? You think maybe there was a couple of discussions? Like, here's the deal. Vladimir, can I call you Vlad? This war is going to end. Now, if you start ending it now, we might not have a problem when I get elected president. If you're going to wait till I'm elected president, might not be so good. See what I'm saying? Little gimme and a takey, a little rubbing my dicky at the same time. You see how that works? This is politics. Now, any women in here, except Moon can come in. Any women in here that don't want to hear the reality of the situation, how things actually fucking work, go watch a cat video. Somebody's jacking somebody off here, and Trump is saying, if you don't, same with Keir Starmer. There's no possibility that the United States will ever be an enemy of England. Comes from Anglo-Saxon. You got that already, the dad joke? Brandon Trueblood is here. You could tell that dad joke. England. We're never going to be enemies. We're going to disagree, just like we will with all reasonable countries in the world, including Russians. No one is going to think the same. Well, we're perfectly happy in being friendly with England, Germany, Japan, Italy, former enemies, obviously. Norway, Sweden, everybody. Now, I'm not saying there's anything in common with these countries that are prosperous. How could you even say that? I didn't say it. You assumed it. So, Dr. Jordon Petersen appears on, what's this guy's name? Piers Morgan, who he is a flip-flopper. At one point, he was like, I hate Trump. And now he's like, nah, maybe you guys weren't wrong in the first place. All right. Michelle Guevara is here. Hello. All right. Let's run through a little bit of this video.
You've got two complete polar opposites now running for president of the United States.
Yeah.
If you were psychoanalyzing Trump and Kamala Harris, what would you conclude right now based on everything you've seen and heard?
But Jordan Petersen, he was addicted to benzos. What does he know? He's evil. He's a Nazi and he's white. Why should you listen to him? And he failed at parenthood. Oh, my God. Why are you coming out with this today, hamster? I didn't say that. You didn't hear anything I said. Andrew Tate, oh. Go on.
Well, if I could vote in the American election, I would vote for Trump. And
it's because you're an evil Nazi, Dr. Petersen. Don't you know that?
I don't trust Harris. Now, do I trust Trump?
Mm.
Well, he was.
Well, clearly you don't trust Vice President, Madam Vice President Kamala Harris, because she's black and you're an evil Nazi.
President for 4 years? Like, look, the best predictor of someone's future behavior is their past behavior. If you're trying to hire someone and you have documented history of their efforts in precisely the domain that you're attempting to hire for, and the evidence is clear and valid.
Unambiguous. Yes. What happens? You have the job resume, but it shouldn't matter because of reasons. Now, doesn't everyone change their mind at some point? It's like, I used to think that. Maybe that wasn't such a good thing. I was young and stupid, you know. I grew a brain when I got to be 30. It's like, this doesn't make any sense anymore. So, odd that Madam Vice President has changed most of her views in the last few months. I know. Well, that's crazy, isn't it?
Use that in favor of all other predictive, what would you say, predictive markers. So I think it's more appropriate for me.
Who was the really smart guy that said, if you're not a liberal in your teens or 20s or whatever, but if you're not a conservative by the time you're 30, remember that one? Was it Churchill? The evil Nazi slave trading mother over in England. Remember that? Okay, go ahead.
As a clinician who knows the psychometric literature, to point out that independent of Trump's personality, which tends, by the way, to be a relatively weak predictor of behavior, it's intelligence that's the best predictor, and then personality.
Yes, but what works politically for the electorate? Isn't that all that matters, Dr. Petersen? What works with the stupid mind-numb robots out there in America? We're not all as smart as you, bro. There's a lot of stupid people out there.
We have a documented track record. Okay, so what do we know about Trump? Well,
yes, let's see what we know about Trump. He's an evil Nazi rapist. He's a convicted felon. He colludes with Russia. He colludes with Ukraine and China. He doesn't care as long as he gets power to oppress women, because that's the whole fucking thing, isn't it? So go on, Mr. Petersen, Dr. Petersen, tell us how he doesn't do that. Because everyone believes that on the left that are voting for camel toe. Oh, my God.
As far as I'm concerned, we know this. Decent economic performance.
This sold over 2 million units in 30 days, but is now facing a lifetime ban from the government. This
It's another fucking lightsaber. Let's go through this one.
$200 tactical hiking staff combines superior military.
Can't you just get a stick? Yeah, we're going to skip that because that's stupid. Go ahead.
Markedly stable international situation. No wars, plus, and that's something, no wars. Plus, he established the Abraham Accords, and they've held even after October 7th, and everybody in the State Department told the Trump administration that putting that agreement together was impossible. Now, of course, it's the Abraham Accords that have infuriated and frustrated the bad actors in Iran, and that's pretty much the entire political class there.
Excuse me. Why do you hate Muslim people, Dr. Petersen? Why do you hate Jews? What do you... God damn.
And fomented October 7th and produced this catastrophe that's unfolding. But
why aren't you putting women on a pedestal? Because that's where they deserve to be. And yet, though, a lot of women, especially single cat ladies out in the suburbs, will be voting for camel toe. Because of what reason? Anyone? Susmortion. Yeah, that's the ticket.
putting that at the feet of Donald Trump is a very ill-advised thing to do. So I would say, with regards to Trump, well, we know what a Trump presidency would be like, but there's something else to consider too, because you might say, well, you know, that was round one and now it's round two and Trump is older. And although I think he's actually...
I did clean my room today, Brandon. Thank you. I cleaned my bathroom. It took a while.
Modified his behavior to some degree as a consequence of being beat up so thoroughly over the last 5 years. And although he's a bit defensive, he's also less blustery and more human, which I think is a big plus. But for me, the other thing that I've seen really switch that's really been...
Excuse me, what? Excuse me, what did you say?
And although he's a bit defensive, he's also less blustery and more human, which I...
So you mean he's not faking it as much as camel toe?
And although he's a bit defensive, he's also less blustery and more human, which I think is a big plus. But for me, the other thing that I've seen really switch that's really been positive for me is that Trump...
Singletown Bachelor. Oh my God. Good to see you, man. Long time. Always good to see you, brother.
Has pulled a lot of hyper-powerful people together around him. Musk, Tulsi Gabbard, Vivek Ramaswamy, Robert F. Kennedy, most of whom would have been Democrats in anything approximating a sane and normal world. And so, you see, my sense is that somebody whose narcissistic impulses are out of control, because Trump is a flamboyant and dominating character who likes the public light. So you think
he's a Nazi, but he brings a team around him like Elon Musk, some of the highest performing brains in this world, right? Elon and Vivek and Tulsi Gabbard and RFK and probably Prime Minister Meloni from Italy. Bring in the smartest fucking people. That's the biggest mistake that Trump didn't do. I'm not saying the people he appointed weren't smart. He just didn't know how deep the swamp went. Even he couldn't believe it. As a guy who's been in the fucking trenches for 40 fucking years, is like, it can't get this bad. There's no way. He's, oh, come on now. We got to be reason, but no. The man was blindsided. And now he's not blindsided anymore. He can see the light. He knows what's going on in Washington and other places. I'm sure it was a shock for the man. It's like, what? This is that embedded? What the fuck? Yes, Mr. Trump. That's what we told you. Drain that swamp. God damn, that goes down to hell, doesn't it? Yeah. Why are the fucker normies listening to a Canadian on Canadian politics? Arcade Sage, that's a good question. I'm glad you're here, though. You know, why not?
Well, you know, does he tilt too far in the narcissistic direction? It's like, well, why would he share the spotlight with the rest of this crew? And the other thing that we should consider is that, look, man, I would vote for Trump if for no other reason than Musk himself has already agreed to head something like a Department of Governmental Efficiency in the U.S. It's like, okay.
I think that's one of the more brilliant things Donald Trump has done, to get Elon Musk to agree to come in there and clean house. That is fucking beautiful. That is the best. I might even sign up for X and Twitter or whatever it's called. Twitter, X. Just because Elon Musk, the big brain man who invented all these spaceships and cars and shit, he's going to go in there and clean house. I think that's worth it to me. If nothing else, if Elon goes in there and starts cutting those, wow, that's useless people who don't do anything but hold down fucking chairs. I didn't say that. I would never say that about our government employees.
Okay.
Yeah.
No way.
Enough said. You know, and then Kennedy is bringing the public health crisis into the political realm, and both those two things are revolutionary.
I would also say
Ramaswamy seems to be. Go ahead.
Ramaswamy is a very smart guy as well. I completely agree with you on that. Also, I think that Trump has shown with these assassination attempts
Yeah.
Something very surprising that I suspect a lot of people would not have expected. And
that he has big, fucking large, hairy, sweaty balls. Like huge. Oh, yeah. Balls the size of the fucking island of Manhattan.
that is genuine personal courage. I mean, the first time when he was actually shot, to insist on getting back up and to punch the air defiantly was a remarkable thing to do. But I thought what even more remarkably was a week later, he was back on stage at another rally with an even bigger crowd, like nothing had happened. I spoke to him that night and he was, very gung-ho. I'm just going to keep doing it. They're not going
to Donald Trump in his next administration, which starts January 20th, 2025, he could probably bring in Jordon Petersen for what? Well, we needed somebody who can say a lot of words. Yeah, he's a dude, and his daughter's cute. Oh, stop, man. Oh, my God.
Stop me. That is personal moral courage. I don't think you ever know whether you have it until it happens. And then you saw again with this latest one, he was cracking jokes immediately afterwards, saying, well, I wish I could have finished my birdie putt. Again, the reaction, it's a quality of Trump that we haven't really seen until you see it. And
yeah, that's true. I mean, you probably don't understand, most people, what it's like to be shot at until you're actually shot at. There could be a lot of descriptions of, well, I felt this thing and whatever. I don't think you really know until you actually have somebody trying to kill you. But what do I know? I'm just an evil idiot. Go ahead.
You're never quite sure how people will respond when there are genuine threats to kill them.
I would love that single-town bachelor, because Jordon Petersen when I was doing my theory on the but I eat meat all the time, and it's just when I was looking into the thing of and the fucking reporters had run out of paper to write on. God damn it. That's a great idea. Thank you, Singletown.
And he's actually been shot and then nearly got killed again. And yet he's back out there continuing with the campaigning. So whatever you think of Trump, I do think on the personal courage.
He's got a huge dick and a big set of balls. That's it.
Aspect. He's shown a lot of it recently.
Yes, grace under pressure, but also you pointed to something else, is that he was up cracking jokes. Hitler wasn't well known for his sense of humor. And the thing about Trump, and you can't deny this, Trump is a funny bastard.
Right.
He's funny. He'll say daring things.
As Scott Adams says, Trump has a talent stack. He's got a lot of talent. It's all stacked up in one man. Moon is here. Oh, my God. Hello, Moon. Good to see you. Thank you for coming.
Because they're comical. He's really good at it. And even his Twitter usage, his X usage, Twitter, of course, because he's not really using the platform now. Impulsive, entertaining.
Hey, James. Moon is here. James is here. Singletown Bachelor. The whole gang.
Unbelievably cutting and funny in a stand-up comedian sort of manner. And, that just doesn't go well with the tyrannical personality, because tyrants aren't well known for being able to tolerate the court jester. Let's put it that way. And so Trump is tough and funny. The other thing about Trump you got to think about too is, is he ambitious? Well, I don't think it's ambition that's driving his pursuit of this second term.
Brandon.
I mean, first of all,
Brandon, why do you hate women? He was watching this bastard from hell. I mean, it's terrible.
Well, Trump's an old man. And second of all, he's already president and he's as famous as you can get.
Yeah.
And you might say, well, his ambition is so overweening that, it's compelling him forward regardless. And I don't actually think so. I actually think that what happened was that Trump accidentally became president, shocked the hell out of him. And then he got some sense of exactly how unstable and corrupt the DC swamp had become.
Let's listen to that again.
How unstable and corrupt the DC swamp had become. Exactly how unstable and corrupt the DC swamp had become. And he started to take the role seriously. And now I think he's...
SCE is here. Oh my God. Everybody who is important on the sphere, on the internet is here. Moon, we got SCE, James, Brandon, Singletown Bachelor, and the whole fucking works. Good to see you guys. All right, let's continue. Did you hear what Jordon Petersen said there?
He's taking it had become, and he started to take the role seriously. And now I think he's taking it even more seriously, and that's part of why he's building this coalition. I think he made a dreadful mistake in the debate with Kamala Harris because, well, first of all, he didn't highlight the Biden laptop spectacle, which is like a bit of political maneuvering that outdoes any deviance that I've ever seen since the beginning of my political awareness, including everything that went around Richard Nixon, who was impeached.
Yeah. You know, the interesting thing about Richard Nixon, President Nixon, he was a really good president. I wonder who wanted to take him out. Did his team do some stupid shit? Yes, they did. I wonder who that team was being guided by. I'm just saying, stop it. Stop it, hamster. You're evil.
For his much lesser sins, Trump has gathered these people around him, and he's ready to move forward. Now, he didn't make a case for that in the damn debate.
I thought he was actually...
He didn't say, look,
I thought he had a bad debate, actually. I thought...
No, I agree with Piers. Trump did not excel in the debate with Madam Vice President. He fell for too much bullshit. Oh, what about your crowd size? What about the cats? What about the... Jesus Christ. And, you know, a lot of people say, well, but there was three. There was the fact check. Excuse me. If Donald Trump doesn't understand, or his team doesn't understand, they're going to come at him like this. I'm terribly sorry. Fire these people and get some people who understand how this shit is going to work. It's not going to be fair and balanced on ABC, for God's sake, man. So I would say about a 60-40 in favor of the Madam Vice President, because Trump went off script and he did stupid shit. Oh, your rally, my rallies are bigger than my. Wait a minute. No, I'm what the fuck? Who cares? Your rallies are. I would say that was Trump's team that failed. And they should fire them. But that's an aside. Let's go back to Dr. Jordon Petersen.
That she played him rather cleverly. She played to his narcissism, let's call it, I think, what it is a bit, about the crowd sizes, about all that kind of stuff. And rather than him laser-like...
Hey, Len, no, I don't think no debates would be good. I think the future leaders of our country ought to debate the issues. The problem with Donald Trump is he's easily led astray. I mean, we all know this. Oh, your rallies aren't that big, and the cats, and the he should concentrate on, you say all these things, Madam Vice President, that are wrong. Now we're going to fix it. Why didn't you fix it when you took office? That's it. Keep repeating that all the time, over and over again. Well, yeah, that's a problem. Why didn't you do anything about it? That's it. That's it. Go on.
Focusing on her weakness, which is that after 4 years, the country clearly...
Good to see you, Len, though. Glad you came by. Hope you come back again. Go.
...is not in a better place. That's why she couldn't answer that question. And skewering her on her actual paucity of policy knowledge. I mean, she doesn't seem to know what she would do if she ran the country. She sort of played into his hands of allowing himself to be goaded and getting into a bit of a street fight and then saying crazy stuff about cats and dogs and so on and so
Here's
on.
The deal. Just repeat. Nothing else. Thank you, Madam Vice President. So tell me, all these things you think need to be fixed, why didn't you fix them? You've had 4 years. You were the second in command. You were the vice president of the United States. Why aren't these things fixed now? And you can extend that to Democrats bitching about shit 70 years ago. Well, why is it? Why haven't your party fixed this? You've had decades to fix whatever problem you're talking about. And I'm not arguing there's, the problem. You haven't fixed it. Why hasn't your party fixed it? Joe Biden, the president, has been in Congress since 1972. He's been a senator. How come he hasn't fixed the problems you are bringing out today? I mean, the same thing could be said about the Republicans, let's be honest. But I mean, as a political thing, it's like, why haven't you fixed it? You got poverty, like the black community or whatever, Section 8, blah, 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 blah. Wow, we need to do more for the bit. Why haven't you done that? Your party has 70 fucking years of experience trying to fix this thing, and you haven't done it. So tell us why that is. When your partner, I guess, when the president, Joe Biden, has been in the Senate for 50 fucking years. Literally 50 years. And all of these things that were problems then are still problems now. Why didn't you and your party fix these things? Seems like a fair discussion to have.
Conversely, if you were looking at her right now, how do you psychoanalyze Kamala Harris?
Okay, well, let's give the devil his due to begin with. One of the marked things I have seen happening with the Democrats since this switch in leadership is their movement away from the radical left. And so I'd like to give them credit for that. I think, now, is it real? Well, maybe. Some of me doesn't care if it's real, even if it's performative.
Is this the Len, L-E-N in the chat? Are you the Steal My Sunshine guy? That would be fucking cool. Good to see you, though. Thank you.
Even if it's purely performative, it's long overdue and very welcome. And so you don't hear Kamala talking much about the climate crisis, which I'm perfectly happy about, because I think that's an absolute load of anti-human rubbish in the main. And the more leftist types within the Democrat Party have been effective.
JR is here. That's all I want to see. I want to see a sheet of paper. And Madam Vice President, here are the things that you could have fixed in the last 70 years. These are important to you. These are issues that you're claiming today you're going to fix if you're president. How come your party didn't fix these things a long time ago? And of course, they're going to blame the Republic. Well, those Republicans, they're racist and Nazis and shit. Really? What about the times when you had the majority in the House and the Senate and the president? Jimmy Carter, I don't know. You didn't fix them. Why? Because you wanted something to run on, didn't you? Didn't you? Who works for number 2? Who works for... Go on.
Actively sidelined, at least as this campaign has progressed. So, thumbs up on that regard. Having said that, on the principle that previous performance is the best indicator of future performance, Kamala's had her time in the White House. Now, you might say the vice presidency is a secondary role, but if you're the sort of person that would only allow the vice presidency to be a secondary role, then maybe you're not fit to be president. You don't have enough force of character. And we've already seen what a Biden administration looks like. And what I see the Biden administration look like, I mean, America is such an economic powerhouse that it's still trudging along, rampaging along like a bull in a china shop, like it always does. But foreign policy has been a complete bloody world-ending disaster under the Democrats. They haven't stood up to Iran, which is a pack of vipers without compare. And we have this terrible, brutal, and I think unnecessary war going on between Russia and Ukraine, which could spiral out of control at any moment and is highly likely to. And so That's on Harris and the Democrats, and that's a major issue. So, and then what we might say, well, what will we get under Kamala? And maybe it's the case that the move away from the radical left is real, although I'd need a lot more evidence before I would believe that. But the easiest thing to predict is another 4 years of the same thing.
Yeah.
Like, why wouldn't you predict that? It's not like she's the only one calling the shots. And as you already pointed out, maybe we could have more confidence that she would be a transformative leader, pull the Democrats to the center. What would you say? Act in a stellar manner on the foreign policy front and put the economy in order. Well, we'd be a lot more convinced of that if she was 10 times more policy.
And I agree with you. See, Richard Nixon was a good president. He did some stupid shit. He was guided by the wrong people. Do we see a parallel with Trump? That'd be my question. The wrong people. He didn't fire everybody and get new people in there. If Trump is elected, he's going to do exactly that. That's why these people fear him. Because they know they're on the outs. They're not going to have anything left. They're done. It's over. Now, is Trump the Messiah? Is he Jesus Christ to come down and save us from our sin? No. He's just a man. But he's a better man. What the fuck is on the other side? I know. It's crazy.
Policy oriented than she appears to be.
I completely agree. Yeah.
I've never seen a candidacy focused so much on image in my life in any country.
Drinking coffee every day didn't work for me.
Drinking coffee every day.
But I couldn't figure out why.
Oh, no. Oh, we're done. Okay. Well, Moon is still checking.
Oh my gosh,
all right, Moon.
Mom,
yeah.
Hurry. Oh, towel, yes.
Yeah, here's the, well.
Hurry, I'm trying to open it with the towel. Hurry, Mom.
No, that's not going to help.
I don't know.
Just help it.
Put her out.
Well, you need water. Get some water.
There's a fireman there.
I've told you this 1,000 times by now, but it really is this simple to stop a fire. No one wants a sudden fire to break out, but if it gets out of control, you can lose your home, your possessions, and even your life. There is nothing like having something handy that can get the fire out safely, quickly, and easily. And that's why firefighters all over the country approve the emergency fire blanket by Prepared Hero. All you do is pull it out by the tabs, cover the fire, and it's done. And it's fire resistant to over 1,000 degrees. It's safe for youngsters, grown-ups, even grandparents. Anyone can become a hero in their home. It works on grease, wood, electrical, and many other common fires. And when the fire is out, you just fold it back up, put it back in the pouch, and it's ready to be used again and again to protect you and your family. It's really hard to find a safer, easier, more affordable way to enjoy peace of mind for your home. As I have said over and over, fire does not care when it happens or who it affects. And the best thing you can do is protect yourself from a disaster by arming yourself with a product that has tens of thousands of people across the country excited about its safety, its ease of use, and its effectiveness. When you order today, you get up to 51% off this amazing blanket. It's pretty hard to believe, but a house fire occurs every 87 seconds in this country. Give yourself and your family the protection and peace of mind they deserve. Order now and take advantage of our 30-day no-risk guarantee.
I guess. Yeah. Great.
We had hundreds of people join the USCCA yesterday. So I'm here in our fulfillment center trying to help pack up some of the Carry Confidence kits.
Hold on now.
We want to get them out to these great people who made the commitment to protect themselves and their families.
Oh, wait. Yeah, okay. We've had enough Jordon Petersen, I guess. All right, let's see what this guy has to say. You ready? Here we go.
What's happening, Polite Society? I hope you had a good week. Today, we're continuing our series on the women's movement, so let's delve in. For those of you unfamiliar with TRP, it is a movement led by men who try to assist other men who have struggled in the dating market The group's leaders also attempt to help men who have experienced bad relationships that have ended in breakups and divorces, initiated by their girlfriends or wives. The term red pill originates from the sci-fi movie The Matrix. In the
Oh, Moon, why you say oh no? Oh, God, don't leave. Oh, my God. Yeah, it's a new guy. I just found him.
film, there are two pills, the blue and the red. Consuming the blue pill allows the subject to remain in the fantasy world of the Matrix. Conversely, ingesting the red capsule propels the subject into the real world and allows him to be unplugged from the Matrix.
Yeah.
In the context of the manosphere, men are divided into red and blue capsule categories.
Sure.
Blue capsule men see male-female relationship dynamics through the lens of Walt Disney fantasies, Hollywood movies, and womanism. TRP teachers state that in this narrative, men are taught that if they strive to be dependable, nice guys.
I like her glasses, though. You know, I'm just, how you doing? All right.
Who cater to women's needs, then they will experience success romantically with these ladies. Red capsule leaders point out that this is far from the truth. They encourage men to embrace their masculinity, to build their bodies, maximize their incomes, work on their confidence, and improve their social skills. TRP advocates also advise men to desist from making women the center of their universe. Instead, they suggest men focus on themselves and their own life goals and ambitions.
Thank you, SC. Yeah, I didn't hear the buffering, but you probably did. Sorry, let me get the, there we go. Get that fan on the processor. Oh my God.
SMV, alpha male, beta male, Chad, hypergamy, and one-itis are terms frequently heard and used in the community. SMV stands for sexual marketplace value. For men, height, build, charisma, and socioeconomic status gives them a higher SMV. These higher SMV men, sometimes referred to as Chads, could likewise be considered alpha males. At the other end, men who are short, out of shape, poor, and socially awkward will have a lower SMV. For a woman, youth, beauty, fertility, femininity, agreeableness, and a low body count puts her in the higher SMV category.
Don't be an asshole or a bitch. Isn't that part of it, though? Just don't be that. It's just, God. And I mean, Moon is a woman, right? You want a tall guy, nice looking, all that in fit shape. I get it. But there are only so many of those men in the world. And here we have a large majority of women thinking they can get that guy, Chad or Tyrone or whatever. It's not going to happen because there are only so many of those guys. It's not that hard. It's simple math.
Firstly, older, unfit, postmenopause, masculine, aggressive women with high body counts have lower SMVs. For TRP proponents, this means women in this second category will either have to remain single or settle for a beta male. Beta males are weak men who allow women to walk all over them and who often suffer from one-itis.
Douglas Edwards is here. Hello, Doug. I'm doing fine. I fortunately have another six-pack in the fridge, so I'm really I'm tripping on the light. Fantastic, bro.
An unhealthy attraction to one woman to the exclusion of all others. Hypergamy is the idea that women tend to marry up. That is, they prefer to marry men who make more money than they do. According to TRP, women with high SMVs are at the peak of their agency and have a very wide selection of men they can choose from. Having given you a very cursory glance at the movement, let's discuss some of the positives of TRP ideology. Some of what red capsule proponents teach is good. It is a very good idea for men to be masculine, to work on their bodies, their income, their confidence, and their social skills. The late Kevin Samuels suggested that young men work 60 hours a week and place the income from their 20-hour part-time job into their savings. Women do tend to be more attracted to men who are confident, well-built, healthy, well-spoken, gainfully employed, driven, and motivated. Men,
absolutely, yeah. I mean, there's nothing wrong with that. I mean, you know, women like guys that are tall and whatever. That's cool. The problem is there aren't that many guys out there in the world that are like that. And a lot of women get I was going to say abused, but used by these men because I'm the one. It's Disney princess. And oh my God, if I just show up at his place, he's going to fall in love with me. Doesn't work that way. Sorry. Lord Black Eagle is in the building. Hello, Lord.
Should not make women the center of their universe, and they should naturally assume the leadership duties in dating relationships. Men should certainly look out for red flags in women.
You're exactly right, Essie. There's always some, well, let's be kind. Someone who is less than averagely attractive and then think they can get a 10, like Bradley Cooper or Brad Pitt or Chad Thundercock. Well, they might for one night. Just because I don't even, I don't want to be mean. Yeah, they can get those, but they can't keep them. That's it.
Promiscuity, disagreeableness, career-mindedness, sloth, and lack of submissiveness are warning signs men should be cognizant.
Widows, exactly, Brandon. Thank you.
Now let's look at some criticisms of TRP ideology from...
Here's the funny thing, though. Brandon, we were the alphas. I know it. But it ain't 40 years ago anymore. You know what I mean?
From a Christian standpoint. First, Red Capsule philosophy has an unbiblical anthropology. Prominent TRP teachers like Rollo Tomassi and Rich Cooper are naturalistic materialists who unequivocally assert that they base their worldview upon evolutionary biology. These men would likely deny the power of regeneration. However, because of the transforming power of the Holy Spirit, Christian women
think his regeneration. No, I don't know this guy. His regeneration is Jesus saves you from your sins and whatever sins you've done before. It's no problem. Come into the church and all that. Yeah, well, yeah, not sure about that.
Are truly, not superficially or deceptively, but truly reoriented towards love and obedience for God and his holy law. Also, not only because of regeneration, but because of God's common grace. There are good women out there who are not...
Is that a thing, though? Common grace? That's regeneration? Sounds like an alien movie. Step into the chamber. Do it now. All of your dreams will come true. Just let us rearrange your atoms now. Do it. Something like that. Maybe.
Simply interested in a man's good looks, wealth, and...
He is focused on the PUAs, Brandon. You know that. Come on now, bro. Come on now, man. I'll play you a song. Brandon farts all the time, and it's stinky. Oh, my God.
Power. TRP teachers may acknowledge this to a certain degree, but the majority of their content seems to be focused on the negative qualities in modern women. Second, TRP thinking seems almost exclusively focused on helping men bed women. This should come as little surprise, given the primarily evolutionary materialistic origin of the group's philosophy, and the fact that the scriptures teach that unregenerate men are enslaved to their lusts. Red Capsule teachers, of course, have no problem with fornication, but Paul describes carnal immorality as one of the fruits of the flesh, and that those who engage in fornication in a serial and impenitent fashion will not inherit the kingdom of God.
Well, I mean, he's...
Physical union.
Excuse me. He's looking from a God-based view, right? Well, you should get married, and you and if you have to live in the corner of a roof with your evil woman, that's fine. Yeah, so that's what God said. So Jesus said that too. We going to believe that today? I don't think so. I don't think so.
Union between a man and a woman is a beautiful thing within the pure fountain of marriage. And marriage itself serves the broader goal of the creation mandate and the Great Commission. In summation, while there are some individuals who refer to themselves as TRP Christians, the anthropology of Red Capsule is incompatible with authentic Christianity. This is not to say that all TRP Christians fully subscribe to red capsule ideology, but as a collective whole, TRP is hostile to the biblical view of the world. If you're a Christian man tempted to give TRP...
Exactly. Moon, you're a reasonable person. I think I've seen your picture. You're a good-looking girl, right? You can go for the tall guys, but there's only like 2%. Get in there with a nice guy who loves you, do anything for you. I think it's important, but maybe I'm wrong. I'm sure you'll find love, babe. No question.
TRP a try. I would recommend that you instead check out the work of Michael Foster and Non Tenet. Their content can be found on the itsgoodtobeaman.com website. All right, that's a wrap for now. Ladies and gents, if you want to share your own thoughts, be sure to do so in the comments section down below. Thanks for watching, guys.
All right. Well, thank you, sir. And this is who is this guy? Bless America. What the fuck? Why are you like this? Well, I can't think of everything. Oh my God. Red Pill Channel. Okay, hold on. It is the hold on. Least I don't want to leave studio. Just change that. There we go. This guy is Polite Leader. Polite Leader. So I will put the link in the description or the thing or whatever. And I'm going to go eat some lunch because I'm fucking hungry. All right, ladies and gentlemen, it is the end of our show. I will see you next time. And God bless you all. Take care.